Good day, mates. Today we're diving into details of the ISO 27001. This is the gold standard of information security management systems. I want you to picture that you are running a business and you have got tons of sensitive data. How do you keep it safe? That's where the ISO 27001 standard steps in. So what's the deal with this standard? What is the ISO 27001? It's like your blanket, but this is your security blanket. It's for your data. It's all about setting up a system to protect information assets from every angle: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. I want you to think of it as a roadmap for building stronghold around your data. Now, if I want to break it down, first, we have got risk assessment and management. You've got to play here detective and sniff out any potential threats to your information, assets, or to your data. Once you have identified them, then it's all about deploying the right defenses to keep them at bay. Next, we have the policies and procedures. This is where you lay down the law. You set up rules and procedures for how your team handles information, from who access it or who can access information to how data gets stored and transmitted. Then we have the asset management. Your data is your treasure trove. So what you need to do here, you've got to know exactly what you are dealing with. This is where you catalog and classify your information assets, making sure they are locked down tight. Access control is like the gatekeeper. You only want the right people to get in. So you set up controls to manage who can access your data and what they can do with it, making sure only authorized users are the ones who are granted access. Not to forget, training and awareness are key. Your team is the first line of defense. So you've got to train them. You have got to train them on security best practices and keep them in the loop about any new threats on the horizon. And let us not forget about incident response. No matter how tight your security is, I'll say this again, no matter how right or tight your security is, there's always a chance something slipped through the cracks. That's why you need a plan in place. Plan for what? To detect, respond to, and recover from any security incidents that come your way. Now, how do you get certified? It's a journey, mates. It's not a one-time show, it's a journey. First, you need to do a deep dive into your current security practices and do a gap analysis. You'll figure out where you're falling short and what you need to do to meet the ISO 27001 standard. Then it's all about the implementation. You roll out the new policies and new procedures and controls because you need to fill those gaps and strengthen your security. This is the objective here. Next, you bring in the auditors for internal audit. You start first with your internal audit. The internal audit team, they meticulously examine your systems. They want to ensure everything meets the required standards. And once you got your house in order, now is the time for the big show. Now the certification audit. You bring the big guns, and those are the accredited certification body to give you that stamp of approval if you pass the test. And finally, it's not over. You got to keep your finger on the pulse. You need to continuously monitor and improve your security systems to stay ahead of the game. You don't just implement the controls, you need to continuously monitor and keep improving your security systems. Talking about the ISO 27001 standard, we are talking here about 14 categories that are covered by the control objectives of the ISO 27001. First, we have information security policies. Here where we establish clear policies that outline your organization's approach to information security. This is your starting point. Next comes organization of the information security, defining the roles, the responsibilities, and the authorities related to your organization information security. Not to forget, the third category is a human resource security. Here we need to ensure that employees, contractors, and third-party users understand their information security responsibilities and they are suitable for their roles. Then comes asset management. Here where we identify and manage information assets throughout their life cycle to ensure their security. Access control is another category where we implement controls to manage user access to information systems and data. Another category is cryptography. Here where we focus on protecting sensitive information using mechanisms like encryption, key management, and other cryptographic techniques. Then comes physical and environmental security, another ISO 27001 category, which is implementing measures to protect your physical assets, like your servers, like your data centers, from threats like theft, vandalism, and even environmental hazards. Another category is operations security, ensuring the secure operation of information processes, facilities, and systems. Communication security, where you protect the security of information exchange with the organization and with external parties as well. System acquisition, development, and maintenance, that's another key category of ISO 27001 standard, where we build and maintain secure information systems, and this happens via effective development, testing, and change management processes. Not to forget supplier relationships, which is another category of the ISO 27001 standard, here where we manage the security of information shared with external suppliers and partners. As I mentioned earlier, incident management. This is another category as well of the ISO 27001, information security incident management. Here we establish procedures to detect, report, and respond to information security incidents effectively. Information security aspects of business continuity management. Talking incident response, what follows is continuity management, where we ensure the continuity of the critical business functions. And that's mainly the business objective, isn't it? So in case of disaster or incident, we need to respond to ensure the business continues to operate. And the last category of the ISO 27001 is compliance, where we ensure compliance with the legal, regulatory, and contractual and other relevant requirements related to information security. Looking at these categories, you realize that they cover a wide range of aspects related to information security, providing organizations with a comprehensive framework for protecting their sensitive information and managing risks effectively. In a nutshell, the ISO 27001 is like your roadmap to data security success. It's not just about checking boxes. It's about building a culture of security that runs deep in your organization. So take it seriously, mates. Your data is worth it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit from it. Together, let's create a safer digital world.